Hi, my name is Andrea Novotny, and this is part two. First, on standard one is having a cultural background, teaching with cultural background. So we want to make sure that we are uh, either trying to communicate with the child in their first language, or we're speaking in short words with shorter sentences so that it's easier for them to understand. Standard two is to create a family-based environment where we allow the parents to come in and volunteer, which makes the children feel more safe if their parents are able to come in. Standard three is assess the child based on their progress. Not all children are created equal, and it's important that we acknowledge their accomplishments, not focus on their failures. Standard four is create a relationship with the student. Sometimes, I've had children that are shy and don't make any effort to talk to the teacher. So I always go out of my way to make relationships with them. Or I have children that spend the day getting in trouble, so I always make sure that I have a positive interaction with them so that they know that, like, I still love them, I still care about them, and hey man, like, that was a really good choice, thanks for doing that. Standard five is having different methods of teaching children. Not just teaching sight numbers. Like, it's important that they understand that the number two means there's two objects. You give them two objects. Now you get three objects. Okay, well, how many, if I were to combine the two and three, what does that make? Being able to think outside the box and teach in different methods with different methods. Standard six is professional skills. We have to be able to advocate for our own children that are in our class. If a child needs more food in their lunch, we need to be able to be like, hey, like, they're kind of like, they're still a little hungry when they finish their food. You think you can, like, include maybe like some grapes or a cheese stick, a healthy option. And, that way the parent knows that, like, what they're giving their child is not enough. Caregiving practices is also, like, you guys want to agree, you want to make sure that the child is safe. You're spending the day keeping the child safe. You're spending the day making sure that they're fed. You're spending the day paying attention to them. It's important at the end of the day you can tell the parent some cute little anecdote that you saw their child do that day, or else they think that you're just, like, not paying attention to their children, which is the case if you can't do that. Role of language is, making sure that you're teaching, especially infant toddlers. If we're not teaching the infant toddlers how to sign, then they get frustrated easy. Eat more, water, drink. It's so easy for us to show them those signs so they can communicate with us. And they have a much easier day. Like, I've done it with my children. It worked. It cuts tantrums down to half at the least. Or speaking Spanish, just calling a child, when you're, instead of just yelling, come to the bathroom, come to the bathroom, come to the bathroom, you show this child's name, say baños, and they just come real quick. It makes it so much easier. Discipline. I've worked with a lot of people that like to put kids on timeout, and I don't like putting kids on timeout. If they're being naughty on the bicycle, I tell them, okay, like, you're done with the bicycle. Or I tell them, like, hey man, like, do it again. Then you're going to be done with the bicycle until after lunch. Like, you're going to lose your privileges with the bike. And they do it again. I say, like, okay, we'll try again after nap. And they do it again after nap. I'm like, okay, we'll try again tomorrow. I have them walk around. Well, you can be my helper. Clearly, I need to help you calm your body. So let's just go for a walk, and we'll just walk around on the playground. They're my helper. I don't want to help. I don't want to be your helper. I was like, I understand, and I didn't want you to do that to make your body unsafe. So now we're just gonna both hang out, and then when you're done, then, when you've calmed your body, then you can go play. Interdependence and independence is, it's really important that we teach these children how to open their own bags of chips, that we teach the children how to put on their own socks and shoes. I know how easy it is as a mom to just do it for them because it's so much faster. But at least at school, it's important that we take the time to slow down and teach them these things, because once they learn, then it takes so much time out of our, like, we've accomplished that. Like, we've taught them independence. We've taught them awareness of their bodies, which is great. Learning and developing, like, when I teach whatever subject I'm teaching that week, I always try to make the kids, I try and find, like, something funny about that animal, like, just to make the kids laugh, to keep them interested. like a hippopotamus, like to teach them that their tail will spin around when they poop. It's hilarious. The kids love it. They start listening better. We're all having a good time. Communication with adults. If a child had a bad day, like I always like to start with like something that was like good about their day, and then be like, hey, like, but this was happening. Like, he got really upset about this, and these are the strategies that I tried. What do you suggest? And that way it's not just me telling them that they had a bad day. It's me telling them like, hey, like, we tried this and it didn't work out. Like, what can we do together to make this to help this child? What perspectives, like shared perspectives, I personally like to, or what has shaped my perspective. I've worked with many special needs children in my career, and they have shaped my perspective of children. That not all children are created equal. Different children need to be talked to in different ways. Different children need to be taught different ways, and they need to be respected in different ways. It's really important to acknowledge what children are good at and what they're bad at, and we can focus on those, and we can try and help build on what they don't know. I like to try to encourage gentle parenting with my parents. Like, hey, like, I've had to call parents, be like, hey, your kid's having a bad day. Like, it's time for, I think it's time that the child gets picked up. Parents are like, oh, I'll just spank them. And I'm like, no, don't do that. I think they just need to go home and get some extra loves and cuddles today. I think that's what they need. They've already gotten in trouble enough today at school. Like, just take them home and have them, like, and try and encourage more of a relaxing environment. And, I've actually seen the parent pick up their kid and spank them, which is awful because that's not what I said. I want them to like take them home and like just love on them because that's what they need. That's what they're acting out for. So that would be a different perspective, is even though I'm encouraging gentle parenting, I've had parents not believe in that. And connection of other courses. This course reminds me mostly of my teaching in diverse society, but also that was the whole beginning of this course, was teaching in diverse society. And now we're learning cultures, and I'm learning that culture is like how they wear their hair, how you dress. So my horizons have been broadened. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry this video is not 2 to 3 minutes. I talked as fast as I can. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.